So, it is day 15. Day 14, yesterday, I didn't go to the gym. That is because it was very late. I worked for a very long time, I was very tired, I didn't get much sleep. I also hadn't had any time to really spend with my girlfriend for the past couple days. I was going to sleep. She was coming while she was coming home from work, and then I was getting up before she was getting up. And then I'd be gone, and then by the time I get back, she was already gone as well to work, so I wanted to spend some time with her. And also my mid-back, my rear delts and stuff, really tense. Almost felt like they were cramping up the entire time. All day, and I think it might have been something I did at work. So I just decided to have a rest day, give them an extra day to recover. So I'm doing back today. Morning weigh-in, 80.85 kilograms, so still pretty heavy. And yeah, so no lift yesterday. Today I'm going to do back, and I'm going to post the 3 days before yesterday as well. And yeah, see you in the gym.
love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody is right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy.
Just got back to, from the gym, and yeah, it's a pretty good lift. Sick pump check, or just sick pump in general. Started off with the lat pull down, which I haven't done for a while because I don't know. I was having trouble feeling the lat pull down. But this one, it was like a double pulley lat pull down. So each pulley had its own D handle on it, and then I can just like do like one arm. Like I was doing them both at the same time, as you'll see in the video, or as you've already seen in the video. But it wasn't like that. Like they were both connected, because when they're both connected, I find that one arm or one lat ends up pulling more than the other. So I've been doing more one arm exercises, isolateral exercises. And yeah, I also really like this because the D handles, obviously they rotate so freely that I could start at the top being like almost like that, come down, and I can do it, basically align my hands with the direction of like pulling for my lat a lot more. So it was good, and I really felt it and I liked it. But I think it's this specific, like the specific lat pull down machines in my gym that I don't like, because I used to love lat pull down in my old gym in uni. It was just the uni gym. I think it was a matrix lat pull down. I don't know, I just liked it, or maybe I just got used to that one because that's the one I started off with, and now I'm using a different one and can't get used to it. But I don't feel it, and I think it's because it's directly overhead. So because it's directly overhead, and I really like to like push in to, because you've got the pads that like lock down on your knees. I like to push into those as far as possible, because that's just how I find it most comfortable to pull. And because it's directly overhead, if you sit back a bit, like if you sit back a bit, that's when it's directly overhead. So when I cinch up and like push myself up to it, it's actually slightly behind me, and then I'm pulling down like that. It's just awful motion, and I think that's why I wasn't feeling it. Today I kind of sat back a lot more, and I had the single arm ones obviously, and the freedom it gave me, and then having the pulley slightly forward because of how far back I sat, it was much better. But I could only do like 35 kilograms because of how far back I was sat. The pads were like basically just above my kneecaps, and I normally like them like right near my, like almost near my groin, that far up my quad, because it holds me down more. Whereas this is kind of like, I was holding myself down because I could just like lift up, even though it's still pushing me down here. That's where the joint is, so it didn't really matter, right? Whereas if it's holding me down here, and that's where the joint is, then I can't go up, and I can do heavier weight, which, you know, for a compound movement is pretty important, right? But no, I did pretty slow and squeezing, so like slow and controlled. So the weight didn't matter as much, and I really like the freedom of the D handles, so I might do that movement a lot more. But yeah, the pull down machine, it's I don't like it. I also tried the isolateral low row for the first time. Yeah, I've never been on that machine before. I really liked it, but after that like one set, my mid back, because I mentioned before, that's why I went on rest day yesterday, or like one of the reasons I went on rest day yesterday was because like my mid back felt not really sore, but it just felt weird, felt like a bit tense. And yeah, so I did this low row, and that was basically my only like mid back ish activating or focused movement. And after that one set of like, I think 10 reps or something, it'd gone like, you know, you have you start working out, and then your muscles get slightly sore and sore and sore, and then they get pumped, and then beyond that pump, if you do like, let's say you do like 8 sets, or yeah, 8 sets, and you're pumped, like very pumped, like maximally pumped, you can't get more pumped, and then you do 8 more sets, you've now gone beyond, and you've done so much like junk volume, and you've gone beyond the pump that your muscles just start being sore in the gym, and you don't really want that. But that's what it felt like after that one set, is like I'd gone beyond the pump into just a realm of sore muscles. So I was like, I'm not going to do 2 more sets of that. So I moved on to the pullover. So you'll see in the video the clip of the isolateral low row. That's the only set I did, and then I moved straight on to the clip of me on the lat pullover. The pullover machine I really like. And then I moved on to the isolateral high row, so like underarm, kind of like scooping in. That's really nice, and that was like my finishing movement. I think I did 2 or 3 sets on that, and then like the last one was like really like trying to move it as much as possible, going beyond failure. Then yeah, pump check. Then I did my bicep curls, my alternating bicep curls, and you'll notice that like the way I grab the dumbbell when I do bicep curls is like, if the dumbbell top is here, it's right up against this side of my hand, so there's like a bit of space there of the handle, and then the rest of the weight of the dumbbell, And that's because that kind of shifts the center of gravity. So you've still got all that weight on this side, and then the weight on this side, because of like leverage, it feels slightly heavier. So it almost feels like you've got lighter weight here, heavier weight here. And I do that specifically. It's a thing I got from Arnold, actually. So if you haven't heard of it, the bicep doesn't control just like moving the arm, like curling the arm. That's not all the bicep does. It also, just by turning the wrist, it controls that. See, there you go. There's a name for it. I can't remember what it is, but I mean, it's like flexion or something. I don't know. Flexion and I don't know. Basically, the bicep also controls the rotation of the wrist. So, if you're doing bicep curls and you're going down, and then your hand is like that at the bottom, and then you're coming back up and you're rotating, then that's working the bicep in not only the curl, the flexion part, but also the supination, whatever. Supination, I think it is. Because you're turning your wrist under tension. And if you hold the dumbbell, like I said, where you have a bit of the handle sticking out at the bottom, that's giving more tension, more weight for the actual turning bit. Because if you're just curling it, it's not going to make much difference apart from it's going to have more tension against your wrist, so you're going to like fall off balance a bit more. But because I'm turning it as I'm lifting it up, it's actually working that different job, or like job of the bicep, and it's doing both the curling, the flexion, and the rotation of the bicep with each curl. I really like it. It really like hits my biceps, and it activates them quite a bit. And I have realized since I started doing this, that the actual peak of my bicep, because normally, or like before I started doing this, my bicep flexed wouldn't really be any more like peaked than that. It kept getting wider. This bit kept getting wider, and like all in all, it started getting taller, but it just stayed flat. And now, if I flex it, see that it used to be like that, and now it's more like that. Obviously, not great angle, not pumped, whatever, but ever since I started doing those like rotating curls, I've noticed that peak's gotten a bit higher. So instead of having just like a flat bicep that's like lifting up like that and it's raising like that, I've been getting more of that like curve that you want, which is really good, and it looks so much better, more aesthetic and stuff. So not only are my biceps getting wider, but they're also getting that little peak, and that's what I want. So yeah, and then I moved on to preacher curl machine, just normal, 39 kilograms over 2 arms, split down, so that's what, 18.5 kilograms per hand, so a bit heavier than what I'm doing for the alternating curls, which is the 14s. But that's good because the 14s I'm doing low and like very often getting 15 or more reps. Not more than 20, but it's always a high number per set. So it's like very slow and controlled as well. So I'm really getting that burn. Whereas with the preacher curl machine, because I got that constant tension, unlike on a regular preacher, I can really squeeze it at the top, but I can still just kind of like rock through the heavy weight. Not fully use my body, because I do control. I make sure I do it properly. I'm not doing like cheat curls, but I can use it a bit more. So the heavier weight is a bit nicer to use. And I also, with the heavier weight, when I straighten out my arms, because it's the preacher curl machine, not the preacher curl, and it stops at a certain point, I'm not scared of it like ripping my bicep off. So when I straighten them out, I really let them stretch out, and with a heavy weight, it feels much better. And then going from the like stretched out as far as possible, straightened out point to the curling takes way more, I think, than going to like where your elbow's like that. Going from there to there is much easier than going from like there to there. And it's not even because of the angle, it's like the tension on it. Last thing I wanted to talk about was nothing. That's my points that I was going to talk about. There is something else. So I've been watching a bunch of motivational edits on Instagram recently, and one of them is actually by John Cena. Really stuck with me, and it's a whole little speech. But the part that really stuck with me was, every day I think about whether I earned this sunset. And sometimes I don't. That really motivates me the next day to bring it and earn that sunset. I had a parcel delivered. So, sorry for that intro. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So he said that it really motivated him to get up to the next day and do better and earn that sunset. And I think that's a really powerful thing to say, is like, have you earned the sunset? Have you earned the right to see the end of this day? Have you done enough to have you done enough today to be rewarded with the gift of it ending? And like, you know, that could sound to someone like I'm saying, I'm glad that every day is over. But I'm saying it's more of a gift that I lived through all of it to see the end, right? And yeah, it really stuck with me. Like, have I earned today? Have I done well? Have I done enough today to feel like I deserved to have it? That I deserve to have this time, because some people don't, you know? Day's not over yet. Doesn't end with the sunset. Grind doesn't stop till I go to sleep, right? And then it still doesn't stop because sleep is part of recovery. But yeah. I will see you tomorrow for day 16, I think. I'll check out. You know, it'll be in the title, but yeah, tomorrow will be chest. I've got another day off tomorrow, so yeah, I should be good. Get to spend some time at the gym. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.